Well, the British lawyer representing Saif Al-Islam, the son of Libya's former dictator Muammar Gaddafi, says the death sentence passed by a court in Tripoli yesterday is illegitimate. John Jones, who represents Saif Al-Islam at the International Criminal Court in The Hague, says the Islamist militia who control the Libyan capital have put on a show trial which was riddled with legal flaws. Saif Al-Islam, who did not attend the trial, and 8 others were sentenced to death by firing squad. Other members of the former Gaddafi regime were given life sentences and jail terms. The death sentences pertain to alleged war crimes which include the killing of protesters during the 2001 revolution that ended Gaddafi's rule. Saif Al-Islam was sentenced in absentia as he's been held captive by a rebel group in the Zintan region for the past 4 years. He appeared via video link only at the start of the trial.
My position remains that he should be delivered to The Hague. Whether he could actually have a fair trial in The Hague is now another question, because a lot of those co-defendants would be witnesses. If they're all executed, well, there goes any chance of him having a fair trial here.
Well, we're joined now by Karim Mezran, who is a senior fellow at the Atlantic Council as Rafiq Hariri Centre in Washington. What's your take on it? How legal has this trial been?
I tend to agree with the Saif Al-Islam's lawyer. It's a mock. It's a flawed process. It has been handled in a careless way. Lawyers have not been allowed full access. There has been no transparency. There has been threats. There has been every sort of thing that would have rendered invalid the trial has been there. There has been a very important Human Rights Watch report issued today that shows step by step all the things that went wrong, all the things that should have not been done, all the things that should have been done differently.
In terms of this sentence, is it ever likely to be carried out? Is he ever going to be handed over?
I don't think so. I think there are really zero chances that the Zintani militia who are holding Saif will deliver him to a government that they don't recognize, to a court that they don't recognize in Tripoli.
What ambitions do you think this group have for Saif Al-Islam? And they're keeping him captive. What does his fate have in store?
Well, in theory, they are waiting for a legitimate government and a legitimate court system to be established so that he could be tried with all the charisma of efficiency and legality. In reality, he's a bargain chip for them towards the Tobruk and towards the very influential former Gaddafians who are playing a role outside of the country. It enhances their status. It enhances their bargain potential with foreign allies.
So does this really highlight the divisions we've got in Libya, the sort of the dangerous split?
Yes, it all gets exactly to that point. A very polarized system, a very polarized political system that does not allow the functioning of state institutions, that does not allow the functioning of any sort of institution that could deliver justice, that could deliver maintain rule of law.
Karim Mezran, thank you very much for your time this morning.